Hello traders, this is Day Trader Matt with abusinesswithtrading.com doing an Emini Trading Room recap for Thursday the 28th of August, and today was definitely an interesting day. Today we had two trades and pulled 3 3/4 points out of the markets. First off, we had a huge gap down, and then the market pretty much moved sideways to higher the entire morning. Our first two trades were very quick. We were done trading before 10:30 even started. Our first trade was a short right over here. We were able to take some profits on the way down. Then we kind of watched the market. It did push up. We got short again up here, and we were able to take profits on the way down again. From there, we kind of just watched things a little bit, just to see what was actually playing out, and just kind of watch things from there. It definitely started getting boring after 11, and it is what it is. It's one of those days. So we're up 3 3/4 points. We're happy with that. We can go home and come back another day. That's what trading's all about, really. You try to maximize your good trades, but minimize the amount of trades. At least that's my strategy. I think that's the best way to do it. Rather than trying to be in the market every single moment. You want to minimize your market exposure. To only take the best setups and then to be out the rest of the time is really the best way to trade. And that's definitely the philosophy here at A Business with Trading. That's what I teach people whenever I coach them or work with them on a one-on-one basis, or even in a group setting. Is that important philosophy is that you don't want to overtrade. Under trading is okay. It's okay if you miss a trade. But if you're just making so many trades that you're paying more commission than you're making in a day, and if you're doing that consistently, there's a problem. There definitely is. And that's what I wanted to talk about today a little bit, is that one issue. I do get a lot of emails, how do I know when I'm over trading? How do I know, when I should not be trading? And that's a much deeper topic than what I'm into right now. How do you know when you should be trading? It really does depend on how you trade. It really is dependent on the individual. Some people are more risk averse than others. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. Some people are more prone to risk than others. And again, sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. A lot of times it is a bad thing. But really you have the two types of people. You have those that are risk averse and those that are prone to risk. And you can't really say one group is better than the other one, because each person inside of the group is going to have a little bit different skill set than another person inside of that group. But that's pretty much what you have. You have those two types of people that view risk different ways. And then from there, you kind of have to build a plan around that. They say a professional trader, or professional anything, a professional will do things until they can't get them wrong, and an amateur will do things until they get it right. The amateur gets it right, well, let's go into something else. The professional hones the craft and just keeps at it, and eliminates as much risk as possible when doing the activity. And that's really, what trading is. And that's why I say a lot of times it is monotonous, especially when you're learning. It is quite monotonous, and it can get very boring very quickly. And, I've said before, if you haven't wanted to quit trading, you haven't been on the trading journey. Because it really tries your patience. It's very difficult. But anyway, hopefully you got something out of what I was talking about today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.